Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. I have quite a few things to share with you today. I have quite a few finished projects, and I have a couple whips. One of those is a pattern design that I'm working on, so I'm going to share with you the yarn that I'm using, but I'm not going to actually show you the project until I've actually got the pattern finished and it's available. I know I don't normally wait until that's done to share it with you, but this time I think I'm going to, because it's kind of a very intricate design, and it's for Christmas, so I have a little bit of time to get it finished and get it out to you guys before the Christmas season starts. So I think I'll go ahead and start with finished projects. So the first finished project, and it is all hairy because he has already worn it. He wore it the other day. Is the dog coat that I was working on for our dog. I do have some pictures of him in it, so I'll go ahead and insert those. But this is what it looks like. It turned out really well. He did wear it, and then I had to rip out the belly band and shorten it because it had stretched out to where it wasn't even holding the jacket on anymore. So, but other than that, it fits really well. And I went ahead and just did that this morning, and it fits him really well now, so it should be fine from this point out. But it fits him really nice, and like I said, it's covered in dog hair. We've kind of gone from the warm weather to the extremely cold weather, and there's no in between, so he's already had to, we've already had to put it on him the other day because it was extremely cold and he was spending some time outside, and yeah, we're not having any fall. We're just going straight to cold weather, so not particularly liking that, but what can you do? So that's done. I used Mainstays yellow, or Mainstays gold, I think it was, and Mainstays red for that. I'm almost positive. And then I just added a big yellow button because it was the only yellow button I had, was this ginormous one, so it worked out. So I'm going to go ahead and insert those pictures of him in with it on right here. So yeah, that turned out really well. It fits him really well. He seemed to really, like having it on, so that's good. The next finished project that I have is my the pieces to my Halloween costume. So I have a clip that I'm going to insert of the pieces actually on my mannequin. That way you can kind of see what it's going to look like. But I do have them sitting here. So it's this cute little corset vest. Looks like that. It has a corset front to it, and it has straps. And the straps actually cross in the back. So it's really cute. I think I probably will be working up the pattern on this if I get around to it. So if anybody's interested, that pattern should be available at some point. But it's really simple. Just single crochet and granny stripes. I think it turned out really cute. I did double up the yarn on this, so it's super thick, so it should, kind of hold its shape. It is Mainstays black and Mainstays purple. So I did notice that when I was filming the little clip of it on my mannequin that it's showing up very kind of a bluish purple on my camera, but it's not. It's a very dark currant purple. A true Halloween purple is what I kind of call it. So my costume doesn't really have a character. My husband bought me a little, my husband bought me this little top hat, and it has like the little blue netting and the bows and everything. It has a little spider there, but I'm kind of designing my costume around this hat. So it's not particularly a known character. It's just what I've come up with to match the hat. I have a black dress that he's bought me, and you'll see that in the little clip. And I'm kind of just designing it around that dress and this hat. So I think it's turned out really well. It's matching really well. It's going to look really cute, I think. So there's the corset vest, is what I'm calling it. It's a corset vest. And this is just on a headband, so it should fit perfectly fine. So yeah, it's really cute, and I'm really excited to be able to dress up. My husband's actually off this Halloween, so it should be really fun. We'll take my daughter trick-or-treating, and we'll come home and carve pumpkins and have a nice meal and probably watch some, you know, Halloween-themed movies and, you know, do our usual. And I forgot, I started a load of laundry, so if you hear the noise in the background, that's what that is. But I'm very pleased with how this turned out. I kind of seen a picture that was similar to this of a corset vest that had straps on Pinterest, and I just, you know, created my own to match my hat, and I think it's gonna be really nice. And with doubling up the yarn, it's really gonna have that structure the corset you know, type vest needs. So and it'll also be warm, so that's nice. So I finished that, and then the last piece that's going to go with my costume is this little necklace, and I cannot remember what this is called, and I think I put the pattern away already, but it is a pattern by the Double Stitch Twins. I found it on Red Heart, I believe. But it's really cute. It just sits like this on your neck, and then you just tie it in a bow. If I was to ever make it again, I would make the strands longer because it is fairly tight when you do tie it. I do have a picture of me wearing it, so I'll insert that too, along with the video of it on my mannequin, which I'll go ahead and do that now. So this is the vest for my Halloween costume, and that's actually the dress that I'm going to be wearing. I wanted to go ahead and show it to you on the mannequin real quick, and then, you know, I'll share it, or I probably have already shared it. But I just wanted to show you what it looked like. It fits really well. And that's what the back looks like. I have the straps crossing over, so it fits a little bit better. And it's much more of a dark purple and a black. It's coming up much more blue in this light. So it's, you know, a true dark purple. And then it just has the corset tie in the front. So I think it turned out really well. So I thought I would just share it with you why it's on the mannequin, so you can actually kind of see what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and get back to the video. Okay, so that is all of the larger projects. So I have some smaller amigurumis that I finished. So these are both the same pattern, and I actually do have the pattern for this one. It is called Mr. Curly the Spider. So the pattern looks like that. And it is by To Craft a Home, and she's on Etsy apparently, but I got it off of Ravelry, and it is a free pattern. I first seen this pattern on no catchy name. Ella was making a bunch of them for her craft fair that her craft fair that she's having. I believe it's sometime this month. And she was making, several of them, to sell in her craft fair. Which is what's nice about this pattern is you are able to sell the finished items that you make. So you're free to, make them and sell them. So that's always nice. And this is what they look like. So this was my first one. I love this yarn metallic, and it's in black and silver, I think it's called. I already put the yarn away, but it's super cute. And what I love about this pattern is it's all made in one piece. There's no sewing anything on, completely in one piece, and it's really cute. I did add black safety eyes. All I have are black safety eyes. It probably would have been nicer if I could put some, colored eyes, but I don't have any, and I can't get them in my area, so I have to try and order them online, and the colored ones seem to be way more expensive than just the black ones. So I normally just, buy the big lot of black ones, and then that's what I use. So, you can't really see his eyes too much, but he's really cute. Very pleased with him. And then this one, looks like this, and he is a little bit bigger than this one because I use 2 strands of yarn. It's the mainstays green, and then I don't know what this neon, it's like a neon variegated, and it's like I want to say it's like a number 2, and I can't remember what it's called, but I held the 2 of them together, and that's what this one turned out like. I've had two skeins of that. My husband bought me at Hobby Lobby a while back, and I've been kind of, going through them. I add them with regular, weight yarns. I cannot talk today, so I just need to calm down a little bit, I think. So I hold that very fine yarn, which is the neon variegated one, with a regular worsted weight yarn, and that, seems to work really well for that. My husband got me a couple skeins of that on clearance at Hobby Lobby, several months ago, and I've kind of been using it for little projects here. I did the same kind of concept, holding it with a worsted weight yarn for a baby hat, and it just adds that little pop of neon with whatever color you're using. So I have made 2 of these. This is my second one. My youngest daughter has already confiscated the first one that I made, so I only have one to show you. But I made the same exact coloring and everything, and she just fell in love with it and asked if she could have it, so I went ahead and let her have it, and then I went ahead and made this one. One of these will be going in my grandson's Christmas box. That is what I chose this pattern for. But I'm thinking, because I really liked making the pattern, I might make up a few and, see if I could sell them. So we'll see how that goes. But I really enjoy making this pattern because it's all one piece. It's really simple. It's the pattern's written really well. So if you haven't tried it yet, definitely try it. So I've made 3 of these, and I did it, in a day and a half, I think it was. So I made the black one and the first green one that I made the first day, and then I made this one the second day. So really good pattern. And she, tells you where to place the eyes and everything, and it's just really, really well written and really simple. So, but I really love this neon variegated. And that's the trash truck if you hear that too. Full of noises today. I can't help it. There's a world outside, so so yeah, but I have put off working with it because it's such a thin yarn and I never knew what to do with it, so I just started adding it to worsted weight yarns and it's worked out really well. So I probably got enough for one more green spider that looks like this, and then I'll probably be totally out of this neon variegated colors. So, but very pleased with it. It's very, very well put together. So definitely check it out if you haven't. So those are all the spiders that I made, and this last one, I really liked the pattern, or I liked the end result. The pattern was alright, but it's so many pieces. And this one is called, so I'm sorry, it didn't even print off the name of it, but it is a bat, and he has a scarf. I believe it's something like bat with a scarf or something like that. But the only problem with this pattern is every little element you see is a separate piece. The head's a separate piece, the body's a separate piece, the feet and the wings and the ears, they're all separate and you have to sew them together. So I like the end result, but I didn't particularly like making it because it's so many separate pieces that you have to sew together. And I hate sewing pieces together. I don't mind a few here and there, but when it's every single piece, it's just not pleasant for me. So, but he turned out really cute, so he'll be a really cute Halloween decoration. But it did get me thinking on how I could come up with my own amigurumi, you know, bodies that I could base, you know, different characters off of. So when, you know, when I get to my whips, you'll be able to see kind of what I have come up with. But this one's really cute, and it's, you know, a good addition to our Halloween decorations here, which I've really been kind of into this year, is making my own decorations for Halloween, all amigurumi style. I have a whole stack of different decorations that I wanted to do, different characters and stuff, but I'm not going to get to all of them. I know I'm not, but I was hoping that I would, but I think I've piled too much on with the new design that I'm working on, which is a really large project, and I have, you know, a time limit that I have to get that done in. So I don't think I'm going to get all of the cute little Halloween stuff done that I was wanting to. There was a large ghost that I was wanting to get done, and some Frankenstein monsters and all of that, and I don't think that I'm going to get to any of it. But this will probably be the only one of this bat that I make. But it's super cute, and I really, really hated doing the wings. So, I mean, the pattern itself was fine, other than all of sewing everything together. The ears were a little difficult to understand what she was trying to say, but the wings were very difficult to understand what she was trying to say, and I just don't like the way they look. But it's cute. I can honestly say I wouldn't make it again. So there's that one. And that is my last finished project. So I'm going to move on to whips. I do have two whips that I've been working on. Like I was just saying, this bat really got me thinking about how I could come up with my own body patterns to use for amigurumi, and so I decided to come up with my own way of making a body in one piece. So it's kind of a peanut shaped, but I really liked the size of this one. I think the size is perfect for, you know, little kids and, you know, little decorations and stuff like that. I don't think you need to go overboard. So I really like this size. So this is kind of what I've come up with. It's similar to that one in size wise. I think mine's a little bit skinnier than that one is, but it really just looks like a little peanut body. But it's all one piece. And this is going to be my version of this bat. I'm going to be doing all of its pieces differently because I really don't like the wings, and I know that I can do the ears better. And my daughter wanted one of those bats, so I'm going to come up with, you know, my own version of it, and you know, so she can have one. So I think I did pretty well on it, with, you know, the decreasing for the neck and then, you know, increasing for the body. But, you know, it's a good start. So I think that I can take this and pretty much do any animal with it, which is, you know, what my point was, is just to have a basic body that I can use, because I'm really into making amigurumi right now. You know, so I don't want to be going to somebody else's pattern all the time if I can help it, because, you know, if I choose to sell my items, my finished projects, you know, it's easier if it's just my own design and I don't have to get permission from somebody, because like this one, you don't have permission to sell any of the items. The spiders you do, but you know, it's just easier if you come up with your own way of doing things. And I am contemplating doing the Christmas craft shows that are in my area. I haven't quite decided on whether I'll be able to do that or not, but if I do, it'll be all amigurumi items instead of, you know, hats and gloves and stuff like that, because that doesn't sell here. In my, not just in my area, but it seems like all over the state of Washington where I live in, nobody wants to buy handmade stuff here. So, you know, being able to do craft fairs and stuff like that, you have to have things that will sell, and toys are one of those things. Hats and gloves and stuff like that, even though it gets super cold here, nobody seems to have the sense to be wearing those things, so they don't sell. I did a craft fair last year and I barely made back my table, and I had a variety of different things. I had, you know, hats and bags and household stuff and, you know, clothing items and all kinds of, you know, a variety of different sizes and things for the home, and, you know, everything that you can think of but toys. I did not have any toys. And like I said, I barely made back my table. I think I made $6 over, you know, $6 profit, and for me that's not worth my time, having to go waste an entire day sitting at a craft fair for $6. It's just not worth it for me. So I thought that if I was going to do the craft fair this year, that I would try and do mostly toys, and if I need to fill up my table a little bit more, then I can fill in the items that I already have. I'm not making more items for them, but I needed, you know, I needed to come up with my own design for amigurumi bodies. That was a long explanation for why I did this. So this is what I came up with. It very much looks like a peanut body, but I think it's perfect because it has, you know, a round head and a, you know, a decent sized body. You can add whatever feature it is to that you want. My daughter's already requested a fox first thing after I get done with, you know, her bat. So, so yeah. So that is my one whip. Hopefully it will be done. Well, it will be done the time I show you next time, and hopefully I'll remember to actually share it with you. But I do have a better design for bat wings than this in my mind, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work out perfectly fine. It'll be super simple, and along with the ears, which they're not as simple as you could make them. So, yeah, there's that. My next whip is called the Zero Lovey, and it looks like this. I got it free off of Ravelry. So it's a lovey. It's one of the, you know, the toys that you have the head portion, and then you have like a granny square for the body portion. The only thing I've done different is it calls for a 6mm for all of the pieces, including the head portion, which was just, I started working it up and it was just super holy, so I went down to a 5mm for the head, and I think it's going to be much smaller than what it's supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. So I did the granny square portion with the 6mm. So it looks like that. It's just white. This is mainstays white. And I did the number of rows that it suggested, so it's gonna, you know, kind of be floaty like this. It's super stiff because, you know, until you actually wash it, it's not going to lay flat or lay nicely. So that's what it should look like, and this is what I've finished on the head so far. I've got the shaping of the basic head done, and the only other thing that I've done is what does it call for? I didn't do a magic loop because I don't do magic loops. I do not have any luck whatsoever with magic loops actually staying put, even if I tie a knot in them. So I did a chain 3 and join. And then I didn't work it in a continuous round. Just simply because the way that this is shaped, I was having trouble not losing stitches doing that. So this is what the basic head shape looks like. I'm starting to decrease for the nose, and I don't know if the red part of the nose is separate. Yeah, so then I'll have to make like the red round portion for the nose and then the ears, and then it will be done. And this is for my grandson for his Christmas box. My daughter, you know, has always loved Nightmare Before Christmas and, you know, Jack Skellington and everything, so I thought she would like this and be able to appreciate it. And then I thought that maybe I would add like a Jack Skellington hat with it for my grandson, so he'll have his Zero and then his Jack hat. So that is all I have with my whips and finished projects. I am going to share with you the yarn that I'm using for my design. Like I said, this is going to be a Christmas project, but it's not done in Christmas colors. But the way that I'm writing the pattern, you can do it in whatever color combination you want to. So the first color, they're all, no, I'm wrong. So the purple is Crafter's Secret in the color purple. And this is more of a brighter purple than this purple is. So it's a different tone. So I do have 2 of these. I'm hoping that's going to be enough, because if not, I'll have to have my husband stop in and grab a couple more. But in purple, and then I have the Mainstays green. So it's just a normal, like, it's similar to Red Heart's spring green. And then I just have Mainstays black. So, I'm sure you're wondering, well, why those colors if it's a Christmas project? Well, our Christmas topper has those colors in it. So, that's why I chose those colors to go with the Christmas topper that we have on our tree. So that will be a upcoming design. It is a Christmas project, so I will be sharing that with you as soon as the pattern is written and available for you guys. I am currently working on getting all of my patterns written up, like I've said before. I do have a lot of them written up and available. You can check out my website that's in the description box below for all of the patterns that I have available at the moment, and you can just shoot me an email if you want to purchase any of those, and they're just listed under when you go to my website, they're listed under shop. So you can shop all the patterns that I have available currently, and I'm adding new ones as soon as I get them written up and you know, all of that. And that will be how you can see what patterns I have, and you know, how, you know, which ones are for purchase and all of that. I do have free patterns that I'm going to be adding there too, so if you're interested in any of my free patterns, definitely, you know, shoot me an email, check out the website. So how I'm doing things is it's going to be direct sale through me. I'm not going to be having a shop anymore. So if you've seen any of my past tutorials and you want a written pattern for them, shoot me an email at teatimecrochet@gmail.com, and I will let you know if I have a written pattern for it. And if I don't, I guarantee I'm in the works of making one. So I've started with the pattern, or the tutorials that are the most popular. So like my fingerless gloves with the gusset are, you know, super popular tutorials. So I have a written pattern for that. I have a written pattern for the cornucopia and all of its pieces. And my pricing's, you know, really reasonable. It's $3.50 a pattern. So, and then it's a PDF. I email it to you as soon as I receive payment. So yeah, if you guys have been asking me for a long time now if I have written patterns for any of my tutorials. So I am, you know, getting them all done. I do have quite a few on there now. So yeah, if you're interested in any of the written patterns, definitely shoot over to my website, or just send me an email, you know, requesting which pattern that you're looking for, and you know, we'll go from there. All of the purchases are going to be done through PayPal. You know, that's just the easiest way for me to do it, and then, you know, I will email you the pattern after that. And yeah, so that way it cuts out all of the middlemen, and you're dealing directly with me. It's just, you know, easier for me that way, and I really am not wanting to have a shop, because it's just, you know, it's too much to try and keep track of, because I'm just, you know, selling to whoever is, you know, interested in getting a pattern. So it's just too much for me to keep track of, and I'm not doing physical items anymore, unless they're custom orders. I am going to be doing custom orders and amigurumis eventually. There are none on there right now, You can also do the same thing through my Facebook business page, but it's all the same concept. Also, if you want to join the Facebook group, that's where I post all of my finished projects. As soon as I finish them, I take pictures of them and send them, post them directly into the group. I would love for you guys to join. We do have a few members now, but not a whole lot. So if you guys are interested in the Facebook group, it's also in the description box below. Also, don't forget about the Knit Crate information. If you are interested in getting a Knit Crate box and you have not tried it before, you could use my coupon code and get 20% off your first purchase. And also, if you use the link that's in the description box, I get a little stipend of that, and it all comes back into the channel and everything. That's what helps me purchase yarn and all of that, to be able to make projects to show you guys. It also helps maintain our computer for me, and all of the technical stuff and the camera and all of that, to be able to keep producing for you guys, whether that's in video form or pattern form. All of that helps contribute to that. So I think that's all that I have for you this time, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.